The lesson I'm going to present today is a 10th grade biology lesson on cell division and mitosis. This will be to an inclusion class of general education students and special education students. The learning objectives of the lesson is that students will be able to recognize the stages of mitosis, and the standard that we're addressing is standard 4 in living environment common core standards. When the students come in, they will have this guiding question on the board: what are the phases of cellular division and what do they look like? To start off the lesson, I'm going to show the students a lump of clay and slowly break it apart into two identical balls and ask the students what just happened. Students' responses would vary, and some students could say that, oh, you broke up two pieces of clay into two identical pieces. So I would tell the students that we are going to be studying a process called mitosis, which is very similar to what we just did with the clay. Students' observations can be similar to some of the things up here. One student might say when it's stretched so far, the ball actually divided and formed two new balls that look the same. Or there was one single object that began to stretch apart. Next, I would show the students the following animation of cell division.
Mitosis is a process of nuclear division by which replicated copies of a cell's DNA are organized into chromosomes. The identical copies of the DNA are then divided equally between two daughter cells. Early in mitosis, during prophase,
now, this animation goes through each phase of mitosis. So I'm just going to skip through to the end,
cell wall,
where it shows the two identical daughter cells. After this, I would begin a brainstorming session as a group with the students and ask them what did they notice during the animation. Some students might say, oh, I just saw a bunch of wiggly things moving apart. To help the students narrow this down, I would ask them the questions by the phases and even possibly replay the video if I needed to. The animation of the cell division that the students just observed is called mitosis, and before we begin our study of mitosis, there's some vocabulary that the students have to learn. In order to learn the vocabulary, students are going to be given a vocabulary template such as this one up on the board. They are going to be broken up into cooperative learning groups that I will assign, which will help facilitate learning of some of the special education students in the class, maybe be paired with higher functioning students so that they can complete the assignment. One student from the group will be assigned to be in charge of the iPads, which will encourage the climate of safety in the room, even though we're not really doing an experiment, but this way we keep the iPads in good working condition. And before the students are instructed to get the iPads, I will demonstrate the first definition. This is the website that the students are going to go to on their iPads. And some of the language on the website is a little difficult. So I'm going to demonstrate the first vocabulary word is going to be mitosis. So this is the definition from the website. And it says mitosis is nuclear division plus cytokinesis and produces two identical daughter cells during prophase, prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. The second sentence is an example of the students putting it in their own words. Mitosis is dividing a cell into two identical cells through phases. And then the last column of the journal is a picture or a phrase. Some students have difficulty drawing, some students are visual learners and it might be good for them to draw. If there are students that have slower processing and have trouble keeping up with the assignment, I could have pictures already printed out that they can put in this column so they can feel successful along with the rest of the students. Once the students are broken into groups, I would circulate to check for understanding, which is also a form of assessment, and help out any groups that might be having difficulty. At the end of the lesson, students will be given the following worksheet, and they can use their notes and the vocabulary journal that we just did in order to complete the worksheet to check for assessment, and this way I can collect at the end of the period and check and make sure that the students are understanding the phases of mitosis. Thank you.